Young and the Restless indicates that it doesn't look like Sienna Bacall is going to stick around Genoa City much longer. She's planning to go back to LA as soon as it's safe. And when she goes, Noah Newman is going to be heartbroken, and it could open the door for Audra Charles to make a move. We're going to talk about how the Matt Clark mess being resolved is going to lead to Noah being crushed and Audra possibly making a play for him once Sienna is out of the picture. Victor Newman confirms the Matt Clark threat is over on Young and the Restless. Victor Newman just heard from Sienna that she thinks it's best that she goes back to LA. She misses it, she says she doesn't belong in Genoa City, even though Noah really wants her to stay, and it's where he wants to stay. And of course, Victor agreed with Sienna that she should head back to Los Angeles after Matt Clark's no longer a threat. As of this week, Victor informed the family that Matt Glood has been taken care of, and he said Sienna, Noah, and the whole Newman family is safe. Now, Victor hasn't confirmed to anyone exactly what he did. I personally suspect Matt is not dead, and he is locked up for the foreseeable future in another one of Victor's secret cells, like where he kept Jordan Howard, remember? Sienna Bacall prepares to exit the Young and the Restless. So that means Matt Clark might resurface one day, but as of now, everybody, including Sienna, thinks that the Matt threat is over and done, and that means that Sienna can leave Genoa City. Now, of course, Noah isn't going to like it, and he may try and change her mind, or even offer to go back to LA with Sienna, but I think Sienna was never supposed to be around long term, and I don't really see Sienna and Noah working out for any number of reasons, first and foremost being that she is his mom, Sharon Newman's age. Plus, they just are very different people, and as I said, I don't think that Sienna was meant to be a long-term character. And also, there's the fact she might have just been a rebound situationship for Noah, because his and Allie Nguyen relationship was going downhill. Noah thinks he loves her, but Sienna is also worried that Noah will resent her someday because of all the bad things that Matt did to Noah's family, which kind of makes sense. Audra eyes a reunion with heartbroken Noah on Y&R. It's pretty clear that Sienna is going to leave Genoa City, not only because she wants to, but also because Victor wants it to happen. He might even write her a big old check to give Sienna a fresh start and make sure she gets far away from his grandson, Noah. Meanwhile, we've got Audra, single as a stale and unwanted Pringle, who still has feelings for him. And we all saw Noah run into Audra at the GCAC. It wasn't long after Noah got back to town. It was just a brief interaction, and then Nick Newman pulled him away, but their chemistry was fire. Off-screen, as a backstory, we were told years ago that Noah and Audra were quite serious. That was years back. They had both lived in London, I think, at the time, but they argued. They had issues. That was back when Rory Gibson was in the role, and we saw Audra confess that she found out she was pregnant after they had had this big, bad argument. She thought she and Noah were going to reconcile, and Audra planned to tell Noah about the baby then, but they never got back together, and then Audra had a miscarriage, so she told him several years later. A lot has changed since then, and of course, she's still upset about losing the baby and also losing Noah. Noah Newman recast and the future of his love life on Young and the Restless. So, also, when Rory Gibson was in the role, we had Audra telling Noah she wanted to try again to get with him. Remember, she kissed him and some other things, but he was happy with Allie at the time. And then Noah and Allie moved to London, and then to bring him back, we've now got Lucas Adams in the role, who I really like. And I love Rory Gibson over on General Hospital. If you watch that, you'll know he's great as Michael Corinthos. He's been a phenomenal recast. I don't think Y&R really used him as well as they could have. He's so talented, so handsome. But Lucas Adams is great too. So then we have Noah meeting Matt, and he and Allie were falling apart, and then Noah started cheating with Sienna. Now that Noah is back in town, once Sienna goes back to LA, I fully expect Audra to make another play for Noah. I mean, even if Sienna stays, Audra would probably still make a play for Noah. Could Noah and Audra be the next YNR endgame couple? I am quite sure that below the surface, maybe not even that deep down, Audra still has feelings for Noah, and of course, she's lonely now that Nate Hastings umped her. This week, Audra goes to see Amy Lewis to make amends for ruining what she and Nate had, which also ruined the friendly kind of mother-daughter relationship Audra had with Amy. That was all over that ridiculous deal with Victor to split up Kyle Abbott and Claire Grace Newman. And it's crystal clear Nate is never going to take Audra back, even if Amy forgives Audra, which I think she will. Nate is already moving on with Victoria Newman. Everything could change for both Audra and Noah if Sienna packs her bags and heads back to LA alone. And of course, Noah will be heartbroken to lose Sienna because Noah is convinced he loves her. I don't think he does. He even compared how he felt about Sienna to how Sharon and Nick feel about each other, which was ludicrous. 2026 Young and the Restless spoilers, Audra's dirty secrets and Victor's interference. Noah has a significant romantic history with Audra, and she and Noah still have that spark. I think that's all foreshadowing a renewed romance between them. So Audra may comfort Noah. One thing leads to another, and they may reconnect. I do think he could be really good for Audra. Maybe if Noah got back with Audra, she'd make better choices and stop sabotaging herself. I think Noah could be a good influence on Audra, and I think she could heal his broken heart, not just from Sienna, but also from when he fell apart with Allie. And maybe Audra and Noah are meant to be, because every relationship that Audra has had since Noah has honestly been a dumpster fire for one reason or another. She and Tucker McCall were toxic. Audra and Kyle Abbott were basically a booty call that turned bitter. Whatever she had with Holden Novak back in the day was also unhealthy and culminated in a man's death. And as for Audra and Nate, she's the one that torched that relationship. That was more self-sabotage. So maybe Audra and Noah could be endgame. I mean, we all know that Audra and Holden's dirty death secret is going to come out. That's confirmed in 2026 Young and the Restless spoilers. But that man's death was an accident, and I don't think Noah would hold it against Audra. And if Claire tries to hold it against her, maybe her cousin Noah can convince Claire to drop it for Audra's sake, and also Holden's. The last few years have been pretty rough for Audra. Mostly it's her own fault, aside from Victor's treachery, which was typical of the mustache, you know? Noah's disaster of a love life on Young and the Restless. Meanwhile, Noah has been living this Matt Clark nightmare. He's been sleeping with a married woman while not breaking up with his girlfriend, Allie. So Noah does have a mess to clean up. But in the end, I think he and Audra are destined for each other. I think they could be good for each other, and it could be really fun to watch Noah and Audra fall in love all over again. Plus, and this is a big one for me, if Noah was to reunite with Audra, it would drive Victor absolutely nuts. And that's always soap gold on Y&R, since he loves to interfere in his family's relationships. But Audra knows how he operates now, and I think she'd be savvy to that. So I think she'd be a worthy opponent, and I'm here for it. We'll see how it goes.